Hey y'all, welcome back to the pink envelope. Just Greenery Spring is here. So I tuned into their live on Facebook, because of course, right, I'm always like trying to find a sneak peek. And I did find a few different sneak peeks. I did notice they kept mentioning it smells so good. And look, when I moved the box, look what fell on my desk. Little lavender bits. So I am 99% sure there is lavender in this thing somewhere, which I love lavender. It smells so good. It looks so good. If you're new around here, Just Greenery is a faux botanical, fake greenery, however you want to say it, subscription. So 4 times a year, quarterly, you can get a wreath, a bouquet, or a wreath and a bouquet. I do the wreath and the bouquet. And you can put it out on display for the season, rotating all your home decor around it. And then the next season, you get your bouquet wreath, put it back out. They're pre-designed, as in everything you need is in here for the bouquet. And you can follow their instructions to make the bouquet, or you can totally go do whatever you want. The wreath is fully designed. It's like you just take it out and you hang it and it's done. However, I may hack this wreath. You know how I love to hack wreaths. I'm constantly putting things in, taking things out. And so I kind of have an idea for yellows this season. I want to do yellows. And I know it's kind of weird because typically I'm not into yellows. But a couple of seasons ago, I got into lemons and yellows. And it's kind of like stuck. So depending on what it looks like, we may do a little hack on here real quick. We'll see. The bouquet only subscription is $79.99. And it's just last 2 bouquets, I'm going to try to see if I can pop photos up right here, were these monstrosity of bouquets. I mean, huge, luscious, gorgeous bouquets. And then the wreaths on the last 2 have been, I'm so bad at remembering inches, but they were big. Like they could hang on the door and fill the whole door, or they could hang on the mantle. And if you do the wreath only, it's $42.97, and that's a brand new subscription. They haven't been offering the wreath only until now because you guys requested it. You said you'd like to see it, and they said, we're going to make it happen. Then the bouquet and wreath is $119.97. U.S. shipping is based on your location. If you use the code THEPINKENVELOPE, you get 10% off the first box in your subscription. So I did ask them, and they said all of these are going to start shipping early March, which is perfect. And they do a mix of dried and faux. So like right here, this is pieces of lavender from obviously a dried something that's in here. But I also like that they do faux, and I'm really hoping that they have a strong faux for spring because I want to put it outside. I'm doing a lot outdoors. I always do a lot outdoors in spring, but I want a wreath for my door. And if it's really made mostly of dried, I'll put it on my mantle. But if it's got a few more of the faux pieces in it, I'm going to go out there and hang it. Either way, I'll show you what I do here on the video. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Lavender is wafting out into the air. It smells so good. How big this box is. Like, I've got my camera super zoomed out. It always takes quite a bit of space. Boom, it's all right there. Okay, hold on. Look at the colors. I'm so ready for color. This sparks joy in my heart seeing this. Where do we want to go first? Maybe the wreath? Grab the wreath, we'll put the rest down here. So one of the things I love that they do is they use real grapevine backing. They do not use, I don't even know, those like stray things that just stray. Hay things that stick straight out. I don't even know what that's called, but those are hard to reuse. They start to break off. Any of these bases like this, you can manipulate, change, add to, take away from, and they're much, much more durable. I mean, I think a grapevine wreath usually lasts forever. I love the colors, you guys. I have goosebumps. I'm ready for color. I'm just ready for natural color. I'm ready for color out there, and it is coming out there. I'm pointing towards my window for those of you who don't normally watch. So I think we almost have to faux do it, especially those of you who are literally buried in snow right now, with pieces like this. So there is the real lavender in here, and then there's pinks, yellows, purples, blues, greens, Yeah, throughout. Oh, I think this is another dried flower right there. Can y'all see that one right there? That's another dried. That's gorgeous right there. I love it. I love that it has the eucalyptus in it. It has, what is this, the rosemary stem in it. This is beautiful. And it is made of plastic. These are all plastic. And then I think the lavender will be fine, honestly. I think I'm going to put this on the front door. I'll show it to you. I'll try to show it to you in more than one spot, but I for sure am going to show it to you on the front door because yesterday I went and bought flowers and I bought, of course, yellows and brights, and this is going to match that really well. One thing I am going to say is it needs more yellow just because of my color palette, so I'm going to add in stems. I'm super thankful that they did this grapevine base because to add in more stems is going to be really, really easy, and add more like this. I really, really, really love this. I don't love these guys. So let me give you a little tip on that. If you get your bouquet, and let's say you don't decorate with yellow and you're like, no, I don't want yellow in there. Clip it out. Literally take a pair of scissors and clip it out. If you feel like it creates a gap, then put something that you do love in. Once again, you do not have to be like creative, a designer, anything of that sort. You literally can get a stem, cut it down, hot glue, and just stick it in, and it's gonna be great. Like, it really is that simple. So I'm gonna cut these out. Once I get these out, I'll know where I may or may not have gaps, and then I'm gonna add yellow pieces in. I need to look at my last two Just Greenery bouquets and see if there's anything I want to steal from those. But I also may just run to Joann's or Hobby Lobby. I'm always looking for an excuse to go to one of those stores and grab some stems that I can fill in. Look, I already love it so much better. And all I did was clip out those leaves. There are actually two more right here. Those don't bother me. Those are fine there. And if any of them that are in don't bother me. I didn't like the ones that were going to the center because I felt like they like screamed not my style. Man, I love this. And it smells good. As I'm moving it around, it smells so good. Let's slide this guy over here. I'll show you in just a second what I'm gonna do with that. Let's pull this sucker out because like literally I'm worried that this box is gonna flop over. I don't even know how I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna have to do it at an angle. Look how many are in here. Oh, look, those yellow things I love are on the back. I could steal from there if I didn't even want to go to the store. I could steal from there. Oh my gosh, you guys, I don't even know where to start. The colors in this thing. Ooh, bottom of my box has a bunch of lavender. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna save the box and I'm gonna take it out front and then like make all the lavender fall to a corner, and then I'm gonna pour it into a little dish and put it in the kitchen so I can enjoy the scent of all of these little pieces for a little bit. There's no reason to waste those. Lavender, the gift that keeps on giving. Oh my gosh, there's even more greenery stems down here. I almost don't know where to begin. So you could take this if you're like, nope, I'm not designing a bouquet, and stick it into a vase and be done. If you want it to be the length of a natural bouquet, you can just cut these right here and be done. If you're like, oh, I don't know that I want it to, just bend them. They'll bend. So let me just get one because I'm not nearly strong enough. Look. You can bend them in all the way and they'll go completely flat. And then you can keep them just in case later you want to stretch it out and keep the length. That is completely up to you. But you can just toss it into a vase and be done. Or if you're like me and you have a tendency to want to finagle and play with things, you can start pulling these apart. I'm trying to go through here and see 1, 2, 3, 15, 16, 17, 18. There's 18 stems that I can see, not counting these. These not counting these. There's a bunch of these little lavenders in there. So, I mean, so this is a stem, but look, there's 3-ish major players in the branch. So it's not like a stem is just one of these and this is one stem that has 3 major players. This is one stem right here that has 1, 2, 3, 4 major players. Oh my gosh, not true. Hold on. Try not to destroy everything. This is one stem and it has 3 branches that are the size of like one normal stem. It's crazy. And we just did the whole Valentine's thing, and I know I don't like real flowers. They're super depressing. What did I say this bouquet is? This bouquet is $79.99. This ginormous, my hands barely fit around it bouquet is $79.99, and it will be with me for forever, literally. Or I can go spend $100 on like what? 12, 16, 24 roses that will be dead at the end of the week. It's really hard on me. My husband knows this. Luckily, he's very aware. So every once in a while, we'll do like a Trader Joe's and a $2 chuck type Happy Valentine's. But I would much rather have that $200 or whatever he may spend. That seems like so much money, but I think that's what the average spent on something like this. It's gonna last forever, and then I can play with and manipulate and change and enjoy. And so I am about this. Okay. I want to like show y'all the individual stems, but geez Louise, I don't want to destroy this because I kind of just want to stick it in. That's what she said. Sorry. We may need to edit that out. I've been watching The Office. My brain is tainted. Okay. I'm super distracted now. Okay. Lavender, like a whole daggum bundle of lavender. I want to show you this. I don't know for a fact, but this might be my favorite stem. Y'all, this sucker is gorgeous. I'm gonna get to that yellows. We've got, okay. Sadly, I think we're gonna have to put her over here. We have one blue cornflower in here, giving a little pop, but then it like settles out a little bit with the purple, which I have to say, I'm loving the mix of what can often be considered as like what my kids call old lady colors. Like I think they call these old lady colors. I think they're gorgeous. I mean, look at that together. I love it. With these like crazy pops of blue. I'm just a fan. I love it. Then we have these yellows. Yes, please. I want more of this type of yellow in my life. And then we have whites. How many whites are in here? Got a couple of whites. Just like a daisy looking flower. Very simple, but it still ties in that yellow, which I love. Then I don't know what this stem is. Oh, those are gorgeous. Okay, hold on. I don't want to mess up this dried flower as I'm pulling all this apart. Look at this bundle of dried that I just pulled out of that. Fabulous. And it goes so well with this guy. Are those not my colors? Okay, so we have another bundle. These are all stems that I guess this is considered one stem and this is considered one stem. That's like a crazy good deal if so. Look how full this guy is. This is one stem and he's full. And look at these. These are the ones I said I wanted more of in my wreath. Whatever these yellow, wonderful, wildflower looking things are, these look like they're dried, but they're not. And then this is the faux. I mean, they're all faux, but you know, this is kind of what gives it away. Otherwise, I would think those are real. Love the yellow. Ah! And then we have a deeper green on these two stems right here. And then like a traditional bouquet you would get at the store, your greenery filler right here. So let me go get a vase real quick. And then I want to put this into a vase. I think I'm going to chop mine. Oh, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Throw it in a vase. Then once we have the bouquet in a vase, we'll set it to the side. I'm going to show you what I'm thinking I'm going to do with my wreath. Okay. So I don't think I'm going to use the yellow ones today. I want to wait a little closer to summer for yellow, so I want a white base. But I wanted to show you some different heights and variations in vases. So if you're thinking to yourself, why in the world would a stem need a stem that long? Because I mean, look how long. It's like as long as the camera is. Well, I mean, it may look funny here like this, but it doesn't look so funny out of this. I'll have to lower it. Y'all can't even see it. it's the perfect height for a vase like this. And actually, even arguably could be great in a vase like this as well, or you could bend just a smidge. So that's what's up to you on if you want to trim it or bend it, because it's going to depend on what type of vase you're using. I'm going to set these aside because I'm not going to optimize full on over the top yellow until we're a little closer to summer. So I want a white base, and I have a couple of options here. Looks like I hacked something with this one because there's an HEB sack at the bottom. Let's see. I'm always shoving things at the bottom of the vases, so if something's too short, it will fit. Oh man, there's two! There we go, perfect. Okay, so I think I did decide that I am gonna cut down my stems. And I went and got my wire cutters, you can get floral cutters, wire cutters. You can take them from your husband's work desk if you want, and cut things down. I'm gonna straighten all these out and kind of put them back how I found them to some degree. And then using the inspiration of the colors found in here, I'll decide what I want to add into my bouquet in a minute. I haven't hacked any of my other ones. I've like made one bouquet and I've separated out bouquets, but I haven't actually hacked it. So it's kind of exciting. This is my very first hack. So would I say that is the height? That would be the lowest I would want, because see how much it's cutting off? Actually probably would want a little bit higher just as a point of reference. So, and I'm grabbing this guy so much. I will get this and put it on the edge of whatever I'm doing and hold it up where I'm imagining the bottom. So if I cut everything right here, this is how much everything's gonna stick out of the top of this. Does that make sense? So I'm gonna turn this like this, and basically I have several stems that are at that length of that other stem I showed you. I'm gonna cut right there. If you cut a stem, so let me do this one right here. And where do I want to go with that one? You cut it and it doesn't pop off. Squeeze it down as hard as you can and then just bend it. Hear it cracking? It just needs to be worked a little bit. It'll pop right off when you start to bend it. There you go. Always cut slightly longer rather than shorter, because you can always cut more off. But when you cut too short, then you got to figure out how to get that one to prop up and stay up. Not fun. Been there, done that quite a few times. Okay. I'm going to slide these in, see where they land, and then I may need to take more off because I was very conservative when I was cutting these. Y'all can't even see. There's so many flowers y'all can't even see. Okay. This is what it looks like. Let me just go down like this. This is what it looks like. So what do I think? Do I want to take more off? I'm going to kind of shimmy them down to make sure they really are at the bottom and I really am seeing their true length. Oh my gosh, it's just so freaking gorgeous. Yeah, I think that's it. This yellow one back here may end up being a little too long for my liking. I may trim him down, but right now I like him jutting out that way. More of the yellow here, that flower that was my favorite, this one right here, it was tucked in the back on their design, but since I love it so much, I'm bringing it forward. Now that I feel like I've got this situated where I want it, I'm gonna start adding in my drieds very carefully. For the record, you can't even see me. Hello. You can do this with it laying down as well, like get your design while it's laying flat and then slide your drieds in. So I really, really, really like whatever this guy is. So I'm giving him a point of in the front, obviously, and of height, so your eye will draw in. I am thinking about splitting my lavender into 2 sets on each side to just add that pop, and it smells so good. And there is something to be said about a faux bouquet that smells super good. Okay. I'm gonna have to stand up to design here. Oh my gosh. This is so cute. Okay, so I definitely could easily use a wider mouth vase. With this vase being such a narrow mouth, these guys are squished in. So if you had a big mouth vase, you're safe with this because there are so many stems. I am going to set this over here, clean this up, and then I want to show you how I'm going to hack the wreath following the inspiration of what this guy here is. Okay, I adjusted the camera angle. I don't normally film at this angle, so hopefully it's not like too weird for y'all. But normally I'm like holding things up here, so I want this in focus, whereas right now I want this in focus. So this is my very first time to hack one of my Just Greenery things. I thought it'd be a good time to discuss this since we're moving into a season of color and not everyone loves every color. So I thought, well, we're gonna chat about it. So if you get your wreath and you're like, I wish there was more of or less of something, this is what you're gonna wanna do. Building a wreath from scratch is very hard. Trust me, been there, done that way too many times. And it gets really, really expensive. Buying a wreath and altering it a little bit is very easy and cost efficient. If you've watched any of my past Decorate With Me videos, you've seen me do that over and over and over and over. I buy a wreath done and then alter and hack it. So in this case, I want to add more yellow and more white. So I just went and grabbed these guys. I had bought them because I knew I was gonna be working with yellows and whites, and I want to plug them in through here, and then I may add a bit of this guy as well. And I'm gonna tuck in these little bits. So you will need your hot glue gun. Literally, you can get on Amazon. I'll link one down below. They're super cheap, super, super cheap. And don't get anything fancy, like literally, mine's like a little plastic kit gun, and it's amazing. And you'll need some wire cutters, floral cutters. So once you've decided what you want out, you can go in and clip those out and throw them away. Once you've decided what you want in, you're going to want to decide where you see holes. Do you want it spraying out wide? Do you want it to stay narrow? What does your space look like? Then you can start trimming. I typically go in, so I'm gonna cut this guy off here. I am gonna either push the leaves all the way up. Most of the leaves on these go up and down, did y'all know that? So push it all the way up like that, or I'm gonna pull them all the way off. Oh, not like that, that was way too dramatic. I need the stem. All right, let's try again. Pull them all the way off. There we go, like that. Then you can decide what you're doing, and then based on that, pick your area of your wreath and tuck it in. You guys, if you don't want to use hot glue because it feels too permanent, you can pick your spot, slide it in. So see, that's what I just added. Look, it ain't going anywhere. It's a grapevine wreath base. It's a well-made base of a wreath. You can stick things in and pull them out. Now I'm gonna put this on a door, so I am gonna be hot gluing, because if after time of opening, closing, we would see a problem. But if I were just hanging on a wall, I probably wouldn't hot glue it because I might wanna change it again later, and hot glue would be an extra step. And literally rinse and repeat. I got these stems from Hobby Lobby. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna push the leaf up on this one, cut it, and go right here where I feel like there's a gap. So for your hot glue, you're just literally going to put it around this tip. Ooh, and then go like that till the strings go away. And then move everything out of the way and slide it in this spot that looks tempting to you. Tuck it in and done. It's that easy. Also, if you tuck it in, you're like, ooh, no, I don't want it there. Just pull it right back out. It's not permanent. And then even if it dries and you're like, ooh, I don't like it there, pull it out. You may need to get scissors and like cut the edge of the hot glue, but it really is that easy. So I've added to this guy, this bundle here, and this bundle here to add more yellow, since that is the color scheme I've decided I'm going with. I'm probably gonna eat up and use this whole branch before I move to another one. Rinsing, repeating exactly what I'm showing you. Cutting bits. If I feel like I need leaves for filler, I'm gonna leave the leaves. If I feel like there's enough leaves and I don't need filler, I'm gonna take them off. Advice, just thought of this. You're gonna wanna buy greenery, faux greenery, that the base is the same color as the base used here. So you wouldn't wanna go buy these, but the stems are fluorescent green or they're more yellowish, because then when you tuck it in, so you can see right here where I've tucked that, whoopsie, this guy in, it wouldn't have a natural organic flow. The leaves would make it stand out like So make sure you pick one that has a base that matches your base. Okay, what do you guys think? Definitely way more yellow. You can see I did some on the inside and some on the outside. I kind of rotated to some degree. I'm designing with this flat, so it's a little tricky, but yeah, I think it's good. I think I like it. Okay, I'm following the pattern that they gave me, which is spinning in this direction. I'm not trying to change anything. Once again, they made the base of this really easy for me to add into. So if you're like, okay, well, I wanted to do blues, or I wanted to do purples, or I wanted to do pinks, you go pick up any stem. I would go to the bulk, so you can buy individual stems or you can buy bunch stems. This is a bunch stem. Typically, like when you go into Hobby Lobby, over to the left where all the stems are, those are going to be there. You have to go over into the aisle, maybe like by the garlands and behind the weddings, like wedding, then typically bunches, and then typically the long garlands. They're cheaper, and then you can just trim them all off, and you end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stems for half the cost of buying individuals. That's my big tip. I can't decide if I want to add some of this across the back. I'm gonna wait because I know for a fact I want to put some pops of white in here, not as much. So I put 6 or 7 yellows. I'm thinking maybe 3 whites. And I did end up using most of them with the leaves. That's where I landed personally. Yeah. Okay, so let's throw in some whites following the exact same. I'm looking for holes though. That's mostly what I'm looking for. Because remember, I cut those leaves out, so I created gaps. So in that being said, what gap would I want to fill by what I cut out? Okay, I think that's it. I don't want a ton of white. I want enough just to play with the whites that are over here. I think I'm calling it quits right there. I added 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 little bunches, 3 whites, the rest yellows. And I think I've decided front door. Let's go look at it on the front door and just see what we like best. Come on. Okay, that's it. It looks so good with the flowers I already have up there. That's it. It looks so cute. I love it. And when you open the door, you get a waft of the lavender, and it smells so good. So that wreath was meant to be on that door for sure. Let's go find him a spot. The last 2 bouquets were big, and I didn't know what I anticipated with this one, but I feel like this one's even bigger. I don't know, maybe winter was bigger. But this one is got all that color, so it brings so much life to the space. I love it, I love it. I can't wait for my kids to see it. They're gonna enjoy it. Whereas the winter one, they're like, yeah, that's pretty. This one, I think they're going to love, love, love. We did release the Just Deco home decor box, which is the sister company to Just Greenery, on 2 days ago. I'll link it up here if you want to go check it out, because you can order both boxes from them if you want. And if you are a Just Greenery subscriber, I would love for you to chat. Lean in and share your thoughts on the fall and winter brand new subscription box. We don't even have a year yet. And they're adding to it. So it just started with the Wreath and Bouquet and the Bouquet. Now we have the Wreath only subscription for those of you who are interested. So let me know if you're subscribing to something. Do you already have a subscription to one of those? Are you going to add on and take advantage of that Wreath only? Wreath only, it was under $45. It was super cheap. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, we got a lot going on. We have lots of boxes opening right now that are in the self-care, lifestyle, home decor, and fashion. I feel like and pets. We're doing a lot with pets. That's kind of where we're hovering right now, and we're discovering some brand new boxes. We're discovering some mom and pops that have been around that nobody just has found out and known about, and we're sharing them here. And then, of course, we're sharing our really big boxes as well. And so we have a whole myriad of things. We're also doing spring giveaways. I love giving giveaways away. I love doing them. They're a lot of work to manage. So you'll see me kind of like fade out of them every once in a while because I get too overwhelmed. But I'm feeling fresh on the new year and we're giving away all sorts of stuff, like in our pet subscription box haul, which by the way was so cute. I hope that you are having a very blessed day. And if you subscribe to my channel, I'm going to see you guys later. Bye, y'all.